with you today is that life is an exercise in blessing. Not my words, they're words that I heard from a talk a long time ago, but they stayed with me. That life is an exercise in blessing, and I've been reflecting on that in this season of Lent, and particularly the theme of giving hope. I've been thinking about the fact that whilst we need to receive hope and receive blessing from God, actually God also calls us to give hope and to be a blessing to others. Now, almost a year ago today, it was my dad's birthday. My family all live in Sheffield, and we decided very last minute to go and surprise him and spend a few days with him. So we turned up as he was having lunch with my sisters and their families, and my dad was absolutely thrilled. We then had a really lovely few days. We went for long muddy walks, and the kids had a sleepover, and there was lots of cake. The grown-ups, we went out for a fabulous meal in this restaurant. It was so nice that when you left, the restaurant gave you a goodie bag with a sachet of fresh coffee and homemade granola for breakfast. I mean, how wonderful is that? So we had this really fun few days in Sheffield. Came back to London, and then a few weeks later, of course, lockdown started, and really it's been a year now since we've had a big family get together. It's been a year since I gave my parents a hug, and all of those things, so many things like that, we have not been able to enjoy in the past year. But as well as missing those things, I have really feasted on the memory of those few days. I've been so grateful that we had that time, particularly when gatherings and travel and fun things like that have not been possible in the last year. So in our hub that my husband and I are a member of, a little while ago, we were reflecting on God's blessings and the fact that it says that, you know, God created everything, but actually how God has created a series of blessings in our life that are bespoke to us. God knows us, and he created everything for us, but he also curated it for us. He curated the perfect combination of blessings for you. Maybe it's long sunny walks, sugary tea, Jaffa cakes and Arsenal. God knows the perfect combinations of blessings that you will enjoy in your life. One of the reasons we have found lockdown and the restrictions so difficult is because we miss those blessings and we miss those freedoms because we have enjoyed them in the past. They say that grief is the price for love, and in particular we have grieved for people that we have lost in the last year, particularly where we have not been able to send them off in the way that we would like. You know, I still grieve for my friend Shelley Miller because she was so fun and such a blessing to me. But God didn't just deliberately sort of put all these blessings in the way for us to enjoy, and they are there for us to enjoy. We're not just designed to be like sort of hamsters storing up all these good things and chewing on them. Although we can and we should, particularly in this season of lockdown and this series of fasting in Lent. This is exactly the time when we reflect on the blessings that we have been given. But we're not hamsters just there to store up good things, but actually the answer, the God answer is in Genesis chapter 12. God said to Abraham, I will bless you, I will make your name great, and you will be a blessing. So the exercise in blessing is that God blessed Abraham, and so that he would be a blessing to others. The spiritual transaction that happens is that God blesses us for our own nourishment and enjoyment, but also so that we should be a blessing to others. Abraham was the original covenant with God. God promised, he specifically selected the Jewish people and said, I will bless you so that you can bless other people. The transaction that happens through the new covenant, the New Testament, the new covenant, the new promise is that God says, I will bless all people through Jesus Christ. Everything that has separated people from God, I will remove through Jesus Christ so you can be in relationship with me and be blessed and be a blessing. The exercise in blessing. So, in this period of lockdown and of Lent, I would encourage you to do two things. First of all, I would like you to reflect on the blessings that God has curated for you in the life. The things you're missing are things that you have been blessed with in the past. We reflect on them, we feast on them, and we give God thanks for them. But secondly, I would ask God also to speak to you about how you could be a blessing to others, how you could be a hope giver. I mean, my goodness, we have needed hope in the last year, haven't we? What a tough year. We have needed the hope that comes from God, but actually God gives it to us for our goodness and enjoyment. But actually, where can we be a hope giver and a blessing to other people? Where you are feeling frustrated or lonely or sad, I would encourage you to give that to God and ask him to show you somebody who's feeling worse. I would ask him to show you somebody you could text or WhatsApp or call. I would also encourage you, though, there might be people listening to this for whom in this season, God is speaking to you as well about how you might be a blessing in an even more significant way. For example, is God stirring up a new ministry in you? Is he stirring up an initiative, a charitable initiative, an outreach? Is he stirring up a business idea, something in your career a way in which you could be a blessing to more people? And also, of course, Barney's are doing this brilliant Lent calendar with lots of great ideas and things to pray. So again, use those and allow God to create that sort of spiritual transaction in you. So do some God business in you and to allow God to, the blessings he has showered upon you, to then be exercised and to bless others. So God has curated the world and curated a series of blessings for you. I pray that you will feast on and enjoy the past blessings that you have and the things that you enjoy now. But I would encourage you also to be a blessing to other people.